And I'd just like to finish off that last little chat about why the garden is therapeutic to me. And I'd love to read you a couple of stanzas of a poem by an American poet, Ross Gay, who's written a poem called Catalog of Unabashed Gratitude. The whole poem takes about 14 minutes to read. He reads it on YouTube. Highly recommend you listen to the whole poem, but he's written it completely from his participation and engagement with a community garden / orchard in his local area in Idaho, I think it might be. So here's a couple of stanzas and I pick it up. Thank you, the ancestors who loved you before she knew you by smuggling seeds into her braid for the long journey, who loved you before he knew you by putting a walnut tree in the ground, who loved you before she knew you by not slaughtering the land. Thank you, who did not bulldoze the ancient grove of dates and olives, who sailed his keys into the ocean and walked softly home, who did not fire, who did not plunge their head into the toilet, who said, stop, don't do that, who lifted some broken someone up, who volunteered away a plant birth of the receding plant is called a volunteer, like the plum tree that marched beside the raised bed in my garden, like the argarula that marched itself between the blueberries, nay, a bayonet, nary an army, nary a nation, which usage of the word volunteer, familiar to gardens the world wide, made my pal shout, oh, and dance, and plunged his knuckles into the lush soil before gobbling 2 strawberries and digging a song from his guitar made of wood from a tree that someone planted. Thank you. Thank you, zinnia and gooseberry, rudbeckia and pawpaw, Ashmead's kernel, coxcomb and scarlet runner, feverfew and lemon balm. Thank you, knitbone and sweetgrass and sunchoke and false indigo, whose petals stammered apart by bumblebees. Good Lord, please give me a minute. And moonglow and catkin and crookneck and painted tongue and seed pod and Johnny jump up. Thank you. What in us rackets glad, what glad rackets us. And he goes on to thank his own knuckle-headed heart, etc. A poem of absolute unabashed gratitude, as he said, and joy bubbling all over from his experiences with the community garden. So I really recommend Ross Gay's poem, Catalog of Unabashed Gratitude.